And this schism over coal mines and climate change policy in the Labor Party. I think I'll show you again some more of today's Sky News candidates debate in the Hunter electorate, coal country, of course. It was hosted by Laura Jays. Have a look.
Chris Bowen's saying one thing, you are saying another here. So what is the truth? What are voters who are looking at your name on the ballot box expected to think?
I'm saying what I know the plan says, and that is all we need to do is match.
Mines will not be affected.
Mines will not be affected by this.
There we go. There's the Labor candidate. Let's go to Matt Canavan now, our LNP Senator for Queensland, who you've really kicked off this whole debate, Matt, because you spotted the different versions coming from Labor. You would have thought they've had a couple of weeks now to tidy this up, yet still you've got Chris Bowen, who would be the minister, saying coal mines would have to buy carbon credits to get themselves down to net zero. And Repa Colley, the Labor candidate, saying, no worries, keep digging the coal, it's going to be freedom.
Well, don't underplay your own role there, Chris. It was 2 weeks ago on this very show that I spoke to you about this, and I'd just gotten back from the Hunter where I'd outlined the fact that you read the Labor Party policy, it's going to be a tax, or that this policy will require 15 coal mines in the Hunter Valley to buy carbon credits. That will affect 10,000 jobs employed directly at those mines and thousands of others. And then, lo and behold, while I was down there in the Hunter, Pat Conroy popped up and said, oh no, all the coal mines will be exempt, even though there's nothing like that said in their policy. And 2 weeks on, we're still going through this charade here, where we've had, since that time, you exposed this, Jonathan Lee exposed this, Richard Marles not being able to answer the question, and Chris Bowen confirm in black and white, Chris Bowen is the climate change spokesman for Labor, confirm that coal mines will have to pay, they will have to buy carbon credits, and still we have Labor MPs fibbing to their own constituents there in the Hunter Valley. And I'm up here in Mackay tonight, and it's the same circumstance here. There's 40,000 jobs, 50 coal mines affected here in central Queensland. And the Labor Party are trying to walk both sides of the street here and thinking somehow that will double their door knocking and get more voters. Well, I think actually people who live in central Queensland, who live in the Hunter Valley, have much more nous about them than the Labor Party gives them credit for. They're not going to be hoodwinked by this desperate attempt from Labor to hide their green friends in a closet. And I say to the Labor Party, come out of the closet, come out and tell us exactly what you want to do. Admit that you're in love with the Greens. It's okay. It's a love that can say its name these days. You love the Greens, you're preferencing the Greens, and you want to shut down coal mines. That's really what you really want to do.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. It's very redolent of the last election campaign and the Adani issue that you were instrumental in, and they're trying to give different messages to different constituencies. They're telling the people in the cities they're going to shut down coal or clamp down on coal. And in these regions, they're telling people who rely on coal that it's all going to be fine. Now, why isn't this a more dominant issue? It's partly curbed, isn't it, by the fact that the Liberals the coalition has also committed to net zero by 2050.
Well, look, I've stated my position on that issue. But I would say the coalition is not proposing to establish a tax here or any kind of carbon credit scheme, any kind of additional cost on coal mines. The Liberal National Parties will invest in technology, and hopefully that will get us to that net zero. In my view, we should be focusing on other things right now, given what's happening around the world. But regardless, there's a clear choice here. There's a clear choice this election between a party that will impose an extra burden on coal mining jobs in central Queensland and the Hunter Valley, and the other party that won't. Now, keep in mind too, Chris, there's been a little bit of focus on the coal mining aspect, and there's been a little bit, there was in the Daily Telegraph today, the biggest selling paper in the country, there's been some focus, but little focus on the fact that on Labor's hit list is also around 30 iron ore mines in Western Australia, almost all the iron ore mines. It's all our gas fields, it's our gold mines, it's our nickel mines, it's
they'll
what's left
they'll all have to get to net zero.
That's all. Yeah, that's right. They'll have to buy carbon credits, and that will put all of those jobs at risk.
Yeah, good point. Thanks for joining us again, Matt.
Thanks, Chris. Have a good evening.
Matt Canavan joining us this time from Mackay up there in North Queensland. Or is that more like Central Queensland? It's a big state, and I've got to see more of it.